an action-packed day, not just in terms of results, but in general, especially because Mr. Trump's swearing-in ceremony is scheduled in few hours from now. While US markets are closed, there could be certain ramifications for the Indian markets tomorrow, good, bad, ugly. I don't know. Kalyan Jewellers, after all the fighting done by Motilal Oswal Group over the weekend, came back strongly today, 6% up. In fact, it opened with a gap up and remained range bound. And while it is still far off from the highs because the fall has been for significant time, the investors would heave a sigh of relief. The other hero for the day, and I'll tell you a very funny thing about it, Kotak Mahindra, 223% up volumes. The market was not expecting too much from this stock this time. And if you see here, Kotak Mahindra is just 1% away from the 52-week highs. The third hero for the day, Wipro. Market was again not expecting too much. 4.2x of normal volumes. This stock also opened gap up and remained in a very narrow range. This stock also is nearing new highs now. After all the clarifications from Motilal Oswal and company, the entire pack of AMCs came back strongly. Another AMC which has been beaten down a lot, mostly because of regulatory action, Angel One, that was the best performer. In fact, Motilal Oswal, I would say, did not react too much to the positivity, just 1.5% up for the day. Nifty, the bit strange today. One is the large band size of Kotak Mahindra and Wipro. The second part is actually there was not much action in the other stocks. While Wipro was up, TCS corrected 1.1%, but other stocks looked totally lackluster. Look at the volumes also, missing completely. Railways looking good ahead of budget. Volumes were good as well. The reds still are there. Today's hero was BML, and the good run in Jupiter Wagon continues, 3% up today also. The problem area I am seeing right now is Container Corporation and Transport Corporation of India. They are not moving. What is happening in the cargo world? Defense pack also looked good. Mazgaon Dock led from the front today, also 5.3% up. Bharat Dynamics, another good day, 4.2% up. In fact, brokerages are giving lot higher targets for Bharat Dynamics, and I did something crazy today in the defense pack, and I'll talk about it when I talk about my buys and sells. There are few stocks here which haven't moved till now much. One is BL, Solar Industries actually moves in the contrary direction usually. And Cochin Shipyard in this particular rally hasn't done much. Even GRSE, while the gains were good today, both of these stocks are still way down from 52-week highs. Heavy day for results, and I'll summarize them only because there are 5 today. Zomato, MRPL, and here I did the biggest cleanup of this financial year today. The results were not that good. J&K Bank, the results were good, and I'll also talk about IFCI and RK Forging. Markets literally look the same as we left them on Friday, just that the sector leaders changed. Overall, 29 stocks were up, Kotak Mahindra in the green, and at the top, followed by Wipro, Bajaj Finance, SBI, and HDFC Bank. Overall, it was a banking day completely. What was down? Auto, which is M&M and Maruti right at the bottom, SBI Life, Trent, and TCS. Tata Group is not having a good season at all. Next 50 also, the stocks which were down look similar to how we left them on Friday. Right at the top today, again Defense, HAL, followed by Indian Oil Corporation having second consecutive good day. Lodha Builders, Canara Bank, and DLF. Zomato's results we'll talk about in the Nugget section. I personally felt they were not good. Adani Power, Godrej, that is Godrej Consumer, Geo Financials, and LTI Mindtree. The tail was small. However, lot of sector which is usual these days, they did not participate much. Right at the top, banking, right at the bottom, automobile. Now this graph is a little different from usual. Here I have tried to show the performance by market cap. In fact, one thing I realized today is that the market caps at sector level have changed. Telecom is now at number 4, followed by food and tobacco. And power pack has fallen so much that it is no longer in the top 5. Banking, software, automobile, these are not making money. And even if you look at the later sectors which have lower market cap, nothing seems to be working out for investors who have bets in these sectors. One thing to note in Nifty today was while the trading range was 1%, the volatility was not there. Continuous up and then consolidation. It was not like totally undecided or driving people crazy with volatility. And today there was a huge buying interest in Bank Nifty in the lower rung stocks, which are beaten down like anything. RBL, the results were not good over the weekend. The stock hit a low. PSUs looked even better today. Volumes, however, were not that good. You need volumes to cover this distance. Some of the banks like Canara Bank are having a good trend right now, which is expectations building from the results. In the investing pack, BSC hit yet another high. Recovery in the NBFC pack was led by the Bajaj trio. Most of these NBFCs in the middle have a long way to go to hit new highs. IT, there were only three stocks: TCS down, Wipro up, and Zomato down because of the results. Persistent is looking a little shaky ahead of the results, though it has been up, but still it is not hitting new highs around the results. There was news on the waiver on interest and penalties for the telecom sector, and the companies which could be impacted, they were celebrating: Vodafone, Tata Teleservices, and the usual beneficiary Indus Tower. Airtel did not join the party, however. One silent beneficiary, and I talked about Tejas Networks last week in the Nugget also, that was up 7%. And Bajaj Auto, despite the announcement of 6 new models this year, was down 0.5%. Markets did not like the results of RK Forging, and I'll talk about what they didn't like in the results section. In the defense pack, I feel Cochin Shipyard, maybe Solar Industries will be next in the run up. Metals looking good, but here a lot of fortune depends upon the news flow from China. The cuts from 52-week highs are still deep. Today was in general a good day for oil and gas, but this sector will again get confused because crude is going up. Usually crude going up is good for this particular pack and also MRPL and Chennai Petro. Chennai Petro's results were okay, in fact not very good over the weekend. In the power pack, NTPC was rocking today. In my opinion, this particular stock is hugely undervalued right now. We are not shifting to renewables in that much of a hurry that Coal India will lose sales. In the renewable pack, Premier Energy was up most 4.7%, and SW Solar continues to disappoint after the results, down another 7%. Pharma looking good. In fact, most brokerages are initiating coverage on pharma with buy recommendations. Biocon hit a fresh high. What worries me is the P here. See here, 63, 53, 41, 620, 239. I'm worried if there are certain problems initiated by the new government in US for the exporters. Sugar sector was good and the volumes were high. Edible consumption continues to look weak. Sea of reds at the top. In the non-edibles also, today only standout performance was Kalyan Jewelers. Here also we have a bunch of reds. The main problem with this sector is if the results are not that good, then this entire bunch of P's will get re-revised. What that means is the stocks may not see new highs for many years. This will specifically, in my opinion, be the case for Kalyan Jewelers. Alcohol and tobacco looking good. One stock which could go up any time, especially if GST is not revised, is Godfrey Phillips. In fact, I feel that GST revision is good for cigarette companies, and I've said that many times. The cryptocurrency world is dancing as usual, Bitcoin hitting new high and Solana hitting a new high. The party, let's see if it begins tonight or it ends tonight. The charts look a lot better. Both FIIs and DIIs created half centuries today. None of that is good for retail. And I'll tell you one thing, that FIIs right now, in my opinion, have sold, but they are standing outside. They have not exited India. If they don't like the budget, suddenly they will cross the borders and there will be a huge pressure on currency. We might see 50 to 100 billion dollars go out suddenly and the currency may go down a lot. Right now it is around 86.5. We might see a rush at 90 at that time. Brent is also not cooperative right now. It is at 80, which means there is a significant outflow to buy crude. US markets are closed today. However, they look pretty at the end of day Friday. My trades today, I have multiple portfolios in which I had MRPL. The biggest one I sold off. I thought that I can utilize the money and grow it faster in other stocks. The next one was Nalco and DCW, which I bought recently. These were mostly BTST, there was not much, and I sold them off. BDL final lot was out. Credit Grameen actually I ended up booking a little loss today, though it was up 10-11% because it had fallen a lot after I bought it. CAMS was kind of no profit, no loss. And Tejas also, one more lot is gone. Today I've taken a different approach. This is a part of the refactoring I'm doing in my portfolio. Instead of buying defense stocks specifically, though I did buy Cochin Shipyard, I bought a lot of Motilal Oswal's defense ETF. I would let Mr. Motilal decide for me which stocks are better. They will probably buy it in the ratio of market caps, which is okay. But I want to get rid of this decision making in these crazy markets right now. I also thought that PSU space is all red and government will probably take some action in the budgets. Now here I am trying something crazy. I am trying ETFs for trading. So here also I am letting the ETF decide which banks to buy. Cochin Shipyard is for trading. My gut feel says that next 1 or 2 days Cochin Shipyard should go up. J&K Bank, my expectation of the results was good. The results were not out when I bought them, and I bought more of Motilal Oswal. I think that the clarification are enough to calm the markets and this should slowly crawl up. Overall, a significant refactoring in the portfolio, and I want to lighten a lot ahead of the results. Zomato decided to use a very small font size and I could not read it. So I'll use the one from screener. The sales are looking fine. Year on year, fantastic. The expenses obviously grow with the sales. Operating profit 162 crore. Compared to previous quarter, it is low, but compared to previous quarter, it is high. Operating margin is also high. Then what is the problem? The problem is in other income. This income is from their investments, not from the core business. My understanding is that taking money from VCs and the unutilized money is lying in the bank or somewhere. The returns from those investments are running the company. They are a SaaS company, they are a platform. Still, OPM is very low, not growing. One worry is shareholding pattern. The details are fully not available, but FIs have reduced, and most of that has translated into an ESOP pool of 6% for the employees. DIAs have increased, public has reduced. Unless I see core business improving, I would probably not even want to trade in this stock. J&K Bank, if you look at year on year, the sales are looking good. The interest earned has gone up from 2881 to 3209 crores. Quarter on quarter, not much change, which is okay. Most of the banks haven't had a great quarter. If I'll straight away go to the profit, the net profit is 528 crore. Last quarter was 532 crore. This was 422 crore. This is a good healthy jump. See here, this 4 rupee EPS has become 4.8. This is 20% jump. This is good. IRFC literally nothing different from previous quarter. 1.2 EPS, 1 became 1.25, quarter on quarter 1.23 became 1.25. No surprises in number 6736, 6899, 6763. This company is not doing anything. I would probably rate PFC and REC, the other NBFCs from the government, much higher than IRFC in their performances. I right now have a bit of IRFC. I'll probably exit as soon as possible. Now RK Forging, I want to point out that the results are actually okay. 953, 953. In a dull auto quarter, there is not going to be much investment. They also do a bit of railways. The problem came in other income. Last time it was 103 crore here, which became 4 crore. This impacted the bottom line by a straight 100 crores. The EPS year on year is still fine. The growth is good. Now one more side effect of this is after say 3 quarters, when this particular quarter goes off, the year on year or the YTD EPS, the cumulative EPS for 4 quarters, it will show a steep drop. So watch out for these kind of aberrations in results when the quarter going out has a huge amount of EPS because of other income or extraordinary results. This quarter results are fine, though the stock is down 3-4% today. Do tread with a bit of caution. Tomorrow we will be having an overhang of the US president swearing in. Could be a hugely volatile day. I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.